morning, it is Saturday the 18th of July and we are here once again at Duffy Park, but this time we're doing the Aberdeen half marathon. So I arrived here just after 9 o'clock I think, anyway, and so there's going to be 3,000 runners taking part in this anyway, myself included anyway. So I have finally got my Osmo Nano with me, so there is going to be quite a lot of footage of the course today, and I will going to be talking about it as we go through anyway. So anyway, I'm just going to get myself ready, and then we will begin the warm-up very shortly, and then the race begins at 10. So without further ado, let's get straight to the start line. I gotta say, this is like, I don't know, but this is like the longest queue to the toilets ever. So
once again, thank you all for signing up. Thank you for taking part. Around about 3,000 runners taking part today. This is amazing!
So there we go, the start of the Aberdeen half marathon gets underway, and as you can see there's over 3,000 runners taking part here, and to start with it was a little congested, so I think that was part of the plan anyway. So the plan is to go easy at the start, and then we just have a kick towards the end anyway, so that's what I was trying to do anyway. So the atmosphere here is absolutely brilliant, and you will see throughout the video how amazing it was, and we'll talk about the course a little bit as well. So it's been a very fine day today. So as you know, I think it's about 15 degrees to start with, and then it was quite windy as well. It's not that bad, but it's very doable. So I think we have a mixture of headwinds and tailwinds along the way, but it's again not too bad anyway. So it's been very nice actually. Oh yeah, baby. Anyway, so let me talk to you about the course. So the Aberdeen half, so we start at Duffy Park and we finish at Duffy Park anyway. So as you can see, we start, so the start line, as you can see, is just around near the back entrance anyway, something like that. And then we just sort of run about 750 meters, and as you can see we're about to approach the exit gate or entrance gate, whatever you call it, and we're about to hit the road. So along the roads is going to be the first half, roughly about the first half on the open roads. So that road stretch is completely closed at the time anyway, and we do the quick turnaround at a place called Miltember, and then we just take the little cycle path known as the D-side way all the way back. I will get to that when we get there anyway. So as you can see, it's the congestion is improving a little bit. A nice little ring the bell anyway, so nice to give us that boost of energy anyway. So the aim for this is I'm trying to actually officially hit 1 hour 50, but as you can see I'm right behind the 1 hour 55 pacer here, but I will soon overtake once the congestion clears up a little bit and once everyone's find their desired pace and we just move through smoothly. So if anything did happen, I would definitely do it at least 2 hours, nothing longer than that. But I'm pretty confident at the time that I could do a 1 hour 50, but I would absolutely love to get 1 hour 45. But we'll see. So the first kilometer split is here, and it's a 5 minute 5 kilometers. So it has an elevation of -3 meters. So it's a little bit over, but I think I can let it slide for that anyway. I should now have the urge to actually pick up the pace a little bit. Not too much, because we do not want to bonk too early on. So we're just gonna like slowly increase the pace a little bit. But as you can see, my pace at the moment is just above 5:15, but I'm pretty certain that we're gonna pick it up, like really pick it up. So we're approaching the first bridge now over the River Dee. I didn't actually look to the left and right, and there's still supporters, you know, who's walking by, and there's some wonderful signages. I also love attention. Well, you've got it now because you're in my video. Anyway, so over the bridge, which was very nice, and there's still, yeah, as you can hear, it's a bit windy still, but it's not too bad again, as I've mentioned earlier, so I can handle a little bit of wind anyway. So, and we're approaching the first roundabout as well. I think, actually no, don't scrap that. I think it's the second roundabout, because there is a roundabout as soon as we left Dovey Park anyway. Nice little bell ringing there. We really need that kind of energy though. So the second kilometer split is a 4:58, so we are picking the pace just a little bit, so that's a good start. And we're just over 2.5 kilometers right now, and we're about to approach the second mile, and the pace is 4:43, and the heart rate is just over 175 beats per minute. So we are definitely picking up. I'm definitely focusing on controlling my breathing and just controlling my legs, and you know, again, just prevent from potential bonking later on. So I want to focus on enjoying the run rather than just enjoying the fast pace anyway. So that's what it's all about, and have those bells ringing stuck in my head forever. So the third kilometer split is a 4:48, and as it stands, the average pace after 3 kilometers is 4:55, which is probably my ideal average pace if I want to hit 1 hour 45. So I felt really good at the time, and my legs felt really good as well. I just felt a nice little urge, so I just kept going. As you can see, my pace is 4:47 right now. My heart rate's increasing a little bit anyway, but it is steady. And if we keep up at that pace, then it's not just the 1 hour 50 we're going to beat. We might actually potentially beat the 1 hour 45 if we're feeling lucky. Country roads, take me home. Yeah, so we're literally running on the road right now, and so many trees, so yeah, I just call it a country road. I don't know if you agree, but the fourth kilometer split is a 4:45, so we are picking up the pace a little bit, but I feel like at the time I didn't want to go any faster than that, so I just focused on keeping that pace as it is. As long as I can get below about 5 minute kilometer, then I still have a great chance of actually achieving a 1 hour 45. So I don't want to go any faster than that. I just want to take one step at a time. I just don't want to go all out. So I'm happy with the progress I make. So I've just, you know, focused on controlling my breathing, and we approach the third mile now, so that should be 5 kilometers ideally, but... And there's our 5th kilometer, so we are about reached the first quarter of the half anyway, and this was when I took my first gel. I'll mention that. There we go. That's me sipping a gel right now. Anyway, 5th kilometer is a 4... Wait a minute. There we go. 4:55. Yeah, so about 10 seconds slower, but still below 5 kilometers, which is ideal. So I'm happy with that. So anyway, I want to talk to you about the gel that I've used. So the gel that I've used for this is the Assist Better Fuel. So it's the orange flavor. So I bought 4 with me because my plan is to take a gel for every 30 minutes. So on the first 5 kilometers, so I've decided to take my first gel at the 5th kilometers, and then I just focus on taking one every 30 minutes just to allow my stomach to digest properly. So this is Better Fuel Orange has 40 grams of carbs. So, and I've actually tested them like on my few longer runs before anyway, and it does take a little while to get used to it, but I actually do prefer than the standard ones, and I think it's just the taste is a little better anyway. It's much sweeter and I can tolerate it anyway. So this is pretty much a little bit of a test for me in this race, so we'll see how I feel when 30 minutes passes by anyway. And there's a little slight cough there. I was trying to get over a cold from my travels like 2-3 weeks ago anyway. It's clearing up now, but my throat is still a little dry, but it's nothing serious. It's just it's taking longer than usual to get my throat cleared up anyway, so that's why I'm still coughing a little bit. They're not death coughs, by the way. It's gonna probably sound different if it does. So our 6th kilometer pace is a 4:58, so still below 5-minute kilometer. So we are actually doing very, very well at this point. So I am pacing. I'm not like going over the top or anything. I've just focused on, you know, like enjoying my legs, not to restrict myself. Just focus on good posture and just focus on good strides, 180 cadence and everything. This dude. This dude's really giving us a great energy. We need more people like him, though. So, so that's good. I don't know what to say, but yeah, we really need more guys like him to, you know, give us the energy like that. But I'm pretty sure later on we're about to find someone better. We'll see. Where's this guy going? Loo break, I assume. Yeah. And there's another runner doing his biz and taking the whiz in full sight for other runners to see. So we're approaching 4 miles on this beautiful road, the beautiful scenery, lovely trees. It's much better than looking at roadworks. So we're exiting the country road scenery and we enter into some sort of middle class house in the state. But yeah, I do prefer these houses. I mean, I wish I could live in a house like that anyway. Probably will happen in about God knows when. The 8th kilometer split is a 5-minute 2, but the elevation is 10 meters, so I had to slow down just a little bit. The gap pace is 4:52, so yeah, I will take that anyway. But I definitely felt that slight little incline there, although the gradient at the time is about 0%. Oh, it's gone up to 3. Anyway, but there's some overtakes from other runners here, but I'm not bothered about that. I'm just focused on my own little goal and just to really enjoy it. On the 9th kilometer is a bang on 5-minute kilometer there, and we're still achieving what we need to achieve anyway. So, and it's a nice little downhill as well, so allowing my heart rate to calm down a little bit and the pace goes a little faster. Again, all about control, all about just focus on the enjoyment. And I have to constantly remind myself that running should be enjoyable and not a freaking chore. So, looks like we're actually changing the landscape. So it's now in portrait mode for some reason. I don't know why. So I was going through the footage that I had, and only a couple of the clips are in sort of portrait mode. So my camera was upright the whole time. I don't know what I've done to mess around with it to, you know, change it to portrait. So there we go. As you can see here, the gradient's picking up a little bit. It's gone up and down, but my pace is slowing down a little bit. And I'm starting to feel it a little bit, but I'm still feeling good at the time. But that will be put to the test when we do go halfway. So our 10th kilometer split is a 4:58, and we are just about to approach a little place called Miltember, and we are about to do a turnaround, and we're going to run the other half back down to Dyfi Park. So there's the A90 bridge that we're going under. And we can see the Miltember bridge on the other side, which we're about to approach very shortly. Oh my life, I'm about to have a good time. Beep, beep. So let's ride. So our 11th kilometer split is a 4:59, so we have averaged just below 5-minute kilometer. But this is where things get very, very interesting, as we are now approaching a very sharp incline in Miltember, which I was not fully aware of. And we've just reached the 7 miles, and this is where I've really slowed down, and this is where my lactate plays a part in this. But the ever so supporting crowd just helped us, you know, push on through. I was very tempted to walk this bit, but I was like, no, not yet. I'm not gonna go down yet. My heart rate spikes just over 180 beats per minute. Let's just listen in to the roaring crowds giving us support here. What a great crowd. If it wasn't for them, I think we would have struggled a lot. So without the spectators, you know, cheering us on, I don't think we would be able to, you know, push through. So we're now approaching the D-sideway cycle path for the remainder of the Aberdeen, and there's me thanking the volunteer there. I gotta admit, I didn't say thank you to pretty much every single one of them, but I did actually say thank you. But generally, to every volunteer, to every single spectators out there, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, I love you. Anyway, so we're now entering into a much more narrow path, but it's actually unexpectedly pleasant, as you can see here. We're pretty much very spread out here. And, you know, it's actually quite nice to run through, actually. But, yeah, it's a little bit tight, but, you know, almost forgot about the 12 kilometer split. It is a 5:31, but to be fair, though, it was a big uphill climb at Miltember, so that has had an effect on it. But the gap pace is 5:09. Because the elevation was quite high, and it was about between 7 to 10% gradient anyway, so yeah, that has an effect. But I'm pleased to tell you that the rest of the route is pretty much flat, so that's the only uphill that we've ever conquered, so we can just sort of relax and focus on enjoying the rest of the run on the flatter route. And we're back to the portrait mode for all you social media enthusiasts anyway, but I think this is the last one out of the clips that has the portrait on it. Let me tell you about the 13th kilometer split. It is a 5:06, so we're just a little above 5 minutes. So I think at this point, I'm doing really well. But as you can hear, my breathing has got a little harder. So it's all, you know, in the process of digging deep, but I think something has happened, but you'll see very shortly. Oh, here's some more of the brilliant spectators lending our support here. And more bells ringing. Don't you just love it? So we are about to approach our 14th kilometre, and the heart rate is actually below 170, and my pace is about 5 minutes 6. I wonder why that is. So the 14th kilometre is a 5:26. LD, I thought you were actually running just a little over the 5-minute kilometre mark. And why is your heart rate below 170 beats per minute? Well, LD, you're a naughty boy for spitting. Tut tut. Anyway, so the reason for that pace was because at that time I felt really nauseous to the point where I just don't want to throw up. So I made a decision to walk for 30 seconds just to allow my heart rate to come down. We've had a couple of runners, you know, just giving me a nice little boost and all that. One of them in particular said just keep the legs going. Yeah, I'm going to keep the legs going, but I don't want to get to the point where I'm going to have to DNF. So I had a plan B. And there's me saying thank you to the crowd there. Giving us a nice little boost as always, much appreciated. Anyway, so where was I? Oh yeah. So I've decided that I'm just going to walk 30 seconds for each kilometre that I will be doing. This is sort of a last minute thing, and I've never actually tried that method before. So for those who are not familiar with this is called the Jeff Galloway method. So this is where it's sort of like an interval based, you know, run. So this is where you do most of the running.
Thank you.
There's me sipping a bit of water there. I was actually going to tip the water on top of my head, but I didn't want to get the lens wet anyway, so yeah, sorry. So our 15th kilometre is a 5:15, so much better than the last kilometre. So as I was saying, rather than just, you know, slow down and just keep the legs running, because, you know, when it comes to running, you know, your foot will be making repetitive like strikes and all that, you know what I mean. But I've just felt like I don't want to overdo it, so I've made the last minute decision in my head that if I Jeff it, so if I walk 30 seconds for each kilometre that I do, then I should be able to run at slightly faster than goal pace throughout the rest of the kilometre. And as you can see here, my heart rate is gone down just over 170 and my pace has gone up really quick. Oh, there we go. I love the scream there from one of the ladies there. So after 10 miles it is a 5:21 kilometres, and the overall average pace I believe is 5:04, something like that. But that's because I have been jeffing it, and after doing that for like a few kilometres, my legs felt refreshed, strong, and I was able to actually have a little kick as well, and it actually worked, and I was really impressed that my plan B is actually working. So I've said to myself in my head that do you know what, I'm just gonna do that for the rest of the run. So every single kilometre I just walk 30 seconds and then just do a slightly faster than the goal pace anyway, and just finish it strong. So that's exactly what I did.
Thank you.
If you're actually here to hear me have some death coughs or wheezes, then unfortunately you come to the wrong channel. So I was not in the mood for that. Anyway, the 17th kilometre is a 5:19. And I've actually Jeffed again, and as you can see, my heart rate's just coming up just above zone 2 heart rate. So my max heart rate is 191, so my zone 2 heart rate, which is usually 70%, should have been about 153, something like that anyway. But mine's like in the zone 3 zone anyway. The pace is picking up a little bit, and there's a little cough there, but I was just clearing it. Cute doggy, by the way. And it is actually working. I'm very impressed that I felt much stronger than I was at the 12th or 13th kilometer. And I felt really good. And with just a few kilometers to go, I'm starting to think maybe I could just, you know, do like a park run effort. But then, like, I thought to myself, we'll see how it goes in the 19th kilometer. If we have a chance to break the 1 hour 45, we could. If not, then we're just going to do the 30-second walk breaks every kilometer as planned. So. So there's me jeffing it again, walking for 30 seconds and then back running. So I've just allowed the other runners to overtake me. But I'm pretty certain that I will overtake them as soon as I get that surge again. So the 18th kilometer split is a 5:13, so it is working. It is working. I'm just like, I couldn't believe that this stuff actually works. And so there I am, just kicking myself off again, and allow my heart rate to go down a little bit, and then just picking up the pace. So I don't want to like just go all out straight away. I've just sort of like increased the pace gradually, so then I'll be able to have a nice big kick at the end. Here's more of the wonderful crowds saying well done guys, congratulations, you know, thank you to each and every single one who stopped by and watched us, you know, running in pain, you know. And here is me overtaking the runners who overtook me earlier on. So yeah, Jeffing does matter, and I'm not the only one. I love the sax, thank you. And the 19th kilometer split is a 5:09. I am really picking up the pace right now, and we're seeing more and more crowds along the way. This is fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And you know, I don't actually know everybody, but the fact that they just hung about and just lend support, you know, just, you know, allow us to push on, dig deep, and we really, really needed that crowd energy. Like, I didn't think I needed it, but I actually needed it. We all actually needed it anyway. Don't you just love the atmosphere and the energy the crowd gives us? It's something that we actually don't want, but it's something that we actually need. This is why we love running so much. So our 20th kilometer split is a 5:12, and I've decided there is no way that I'm actually going to make the 1 hour 45, but I'm very confident that I can get the 1 hour 50 sub anyway. So I've decided I'm just going to walk 30 seconds for the last time and then have a nice big kick at the end. You know, I was going to say that my legs are full of cramps or aches and pains and all that, but my legs felt absolutely fine. My stomach felt okay, and I was able to finish it off. But I was meant to record the finish line at Duffy Park, but my Osmo Nano's battery decided to shut off. So I'm just going to upload some photos of me on the finish line right now. Alright, so there we have it. That's the Aberdeen half marathon done. And here's the medal, as you can see. and haven't got the official tip time on there, but it's on the screen right now. But according to my Strava, it's 1 hour 47 or something like that anyway, so actually beating my previous half officially by 5 minutes, so great job for me. Anyway, the course itself, I have to say I really liked it. It was flat all the way. There was some little inclines, but as we make the turnaround point, there was quite a big incline. At this point my legs started to give in anyway, but I just carried on, and then it was nice and flat on the way back as well. That is a really good course, and I actually really like that, so great job to all the organisers for putting this on. It was fantastic, and it really is the coolest half marathon in the summer. It is very breezy here, so I will say one thing though, despite the PB actually nearly blew up. So I bought 4 gels with me, like the Cis Better Fuels, the orange ones. So I had 2 gels, like one at 5 and one at 10 kilometers. So the rest of the way I just feel like my stomach can't like take in anymore, and my legs are starting to fatigue so bad, and my lactate starts to play up again, so I was about to throw up. So I decided for the last 7 kilometers I've decided to Jeff it. So for those who aren't familiar with it, so if you know Jeff Galloway, so he comes up with the methods in which if you walk a certain amount of seconds and then you run at a slightly faster pace than usual, then you still get your desired pace, like each kilometre or mile that you do. So I walked for 30 seconds for every single kilometre I do, and it hasn't affected massively with my pace right in the last end, and even better, my legs feel really fresh as well, and that's what got me through, because otherwise I don't think I would have struggled otherwise. But I'm glad I actually adapted to plan B. So you always have a plan B when it comes to, you know, when you blow up. So I had a couple of guys check on me as always, I'm grateful for that anyway. One of them said just keep the legs going. Well, I appreciate that, but yeah, we got to keep legs going. But think about it, like if you're like the last few kilometers and you've got nothing in the tank, what are you going to do? So I seriously think, if you're watching this right now, I seriously consider jeffing it at the moment. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do for my first full marathon in September. I'm actually going to be jeffing it, like seriously, I'm going to be jeffing it. So probably walking 1 minute for like every kilometre or mile. It depends how good I feel anyway. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be jeffing it. Also, I got to say, the Super Blasts that I've got on, can you see on the feet here? There we go. They are absolutely brilliant. Like, not once did I feel any pain, any fatigue, any blisters, any, you know what. These are absolutely amazing. Like, yeah, it has a bit of bounce on it, but the foam is so good. This is not like the speedy shoe. This is more like comfort shoes, and for £200, yeah, it is pricey, but seriously, I think I'm more than happy to pay for that. It does what it's meant to do. Anyway, so I think I'm definitely keeping those for my long run training. So I'm happy I bought those anyway. So I just need to find me some speedy shoes for my fast-paced efforts. I really hope you enjoyed that. Apologies for my Osmo Nano camera battery decided to give up on me the last few kilometers there, so I didn't get to the finish line. But at least I think I've got some decent footage on there, and there's some overlays for those stat nerds out there. Anyway, yeah, the Aberdeen Half Marathon, I really enjoyed that one, and yeah, I'm definitely signing up for next year anyway. Definitely sign up for next year. Probably Inverness as well, so have a second chance. So I can beat my previous time anyway, so, you know. Right, I better head off now, and I have work to do later as well, so, but thankfully my legs are absolutely fine, so yeah, I think I can handle that anyway, so I'm sure they won't mind anyway. They'll probably just send me home. It's like, no, you go home, you did a half marathon, just fuck off home. Anyway, so I don't think there's anything interesting for the next month, so I'm just going to focus on building my long runs, taking it easy, just getting the mileage in, and practice the jeffing and my fueling and nutrition and all that. September, we've got the Great North Run, so that will be my last half marathon of the year. And the full marathon, my first one, is at Loch Ness at the end of the month as well. And then I potentially might do a High Rocks in December. Maybe. We don't know. Anyway guys, I better head off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.